Hey everyone, welcome to the second video for this month, and today I'm moving on to the next color in my palette, which is Schmincke's Turner's Yellow. The first video was featuring Naples Yellow, and I'll put the link here so you can check that one out. It turned out, it was really fun to make, but it turned out a little bit crazier than I would have liked. So I'm really going to try and stay calm today. And this color is, I picked it up a couple of years ago and it lay in my drawer unused. And then when I set up this summer palette, I decided to add it. And I'm really glad that I did because it's beautiful. It is, I think, semi-opaque, and the pigment is PY216, so it's a single pigment yellow. It is a little bit, as I said, it's semi-opaque. I find it to be just a slightly more, like, stronger Naples yellow, which works fine for me because I love that color. So I also gathered a few pencils here and a couple of these markers. So the numbers are 990 and this one is N60. I also have a few of these Neocolor too, and a couple of Inktense blocks. So I'm not sure what we're going to use. I think I will actually, even though it's watercolor month and, you know, we should be focusing on watercolor, but you can be sure that if you give me like some sort of guideline or rule to follow, I'll do my best to try and kind of go around it. So yesterday I had a composition that, you know, I had one big flower here and then a smaller one here, and I'm just thinking, what do I feel like doing today? I think maybe I'll do like, I don't know, I thought about this, I think about painting when I lay in bed before I go to sleep. Yeah, that's me. And I thought about that I really actually wanted to paint something really big with this kind of composition. So I think at this point I'll switch you to fast forward or narration. And yeah, let me know what you're doing for this month. Also, please like this video and leave me a comment. It really helps YouTube know to kind of show my videos to new people. So, you know, it's really a small effort, I hope, for you. I really try to do this also as a viewer. Always like the videos, but then also leave a comment, because that's what YouTube cares about, engagement. So I would really, really appreciate it if you could drop me a line, and yeah, let me know what you're doing this month. Let me know which colors you're looking forward to seeing. Maybe here I'll do one big floral. Okay, I'm going to speed up the video just a little bit since I am hoping to do these daily. I don't want them to be too long, so you can also easily find the time to follow along. And what can I tell you? I think the key is, if you're someone like me that really struggles to follow, I don't know, challenges and prompts and that kind of thing, but you still really want to do some sort of daily practice, the best thing is to find something that works for you, that is really fun for you. And for me, kind of staying with my go-to loose florals and focusing on the colors in my palette, which I love, it is kind of a recipe for success. Although, you know how it is, life happens and everything, so I can't promise you that I will be able to keep this going for 30 days or 31 days. but I am hopeful, and we'll see. Time will tell, right? So the struggle here for me, like the main challenge, is to still keep my yellow as kind of a main color, which is something I feel I got a bit lost in the previous page. If you saw that video, and you can also just look at the thumbnail, it seems like pink was the focus color. So I really wanted to tone it down here a little bit more, not use other colors that would really overtake the yellow, because yellow is such a light, delicate flower, which also means that you can't get a lot done with it. I feel if you take something like, I don't know, like ultramarine or any kind of darker color, especially in watercolor, you have a much larger variety of different values, right? If the color is straight from the tube, it's very intense and dark, and then the more water you add, the lighter you will get. But yellow is very light to begin with, so I do feel like I have to, add more colors, add some darks to get just an interesting look. If I kept everything just very light and yellow, it would end up looking pretty flat. So I did have to add a few colors, but I really tried to keep it, I don't know, just more subdued this time, and let the yellow maybe shine a little bit more. So I focused, you can see, on more kind of earthier mixes, and then some cool purples that will be a great contrast, because yellow and purple are complementary colors. So this is where I'm really trying to build everything around that yellow, to let it shine, but still kind of deal with the limitations of the color. With other colors, maybe, especially when I get to the more intense dark colors, I would consider trying something almost monochromatic or close to monochromatic, but with yellow, I feel that there's not a lot we can do. So, I came up with this color scheme, which I really love, and I really enjoyed mixing all of these pinkish colors. I added the colors that I used, I'll tell you, you can see them on the top of my sketchbook on the left side. We have, of course, Turner's yellow. Then next to it, we have Potter's pink. I really wanted something earthy and not so intense like the page before. Then we have Wisteria, which is also kind of opaque. We'll talk a lot about Wisteria in my violet and purple mixing video coming soon, coming on Friday, I think. Or on the weekend. I can't remember when I scheduled it, but it's coming soon. And then we have Lavender, which I'm kind of obsessed with that color. The version I currently have in my palette is the Rembrandt one, but Daniel Smith also makes a beautiful version, and Van Gogh as well, and the Van Gogh one is very, very affordable. And then the last one is, I think it's Dusk Purple from Van Gogh, which is kind of similar to Moonglow kind of in its effect, but it's just like a muted purple with some interesting granulation. Moonglow has more of a blue granulation, and the Dusk Purple, I think they call it, has a black granulation. So these are the final stages, and here I decided to go with some of these cute Neocolor 2. I really, really enjoy adding, as you've seen, I really enjoy adding detail with pencils, and here in this case also pastels. I think it really helps to keep that airy, light feel of watercolors, which I personally love, but still add detail. Because if I went in with more layers of watercolor, sometimes it just becomes kind of heavy-handed and you lose that sketchy, light, airy feel to it. And here I went in also with the other edge of these double tip Tombow markers, whatever they're called, dual tip, dual brush. I don't know what they're called, but one side has that really lovely foam brush type of tip, and then this side is more, just like a kind of traditional marker tip, but it works really well for this kind of detail, and I love using this color. It's a very muted purple, which works really well for shadows, but it's still light. So again, I really feel it kind of serves its purpose for me here. And I did try to be careful and not add too many of those like sketchy lines. I feel at some point you can take that too far, but this is all about playing. So I just had fun. I'm really happy with the result. It was a lot of just a joy to paint. And next we have Nickel Azo Yellow.